He's got here.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to GameSide TV. Welcome back to GameSide TV. It's round number 4 of the Injustice 2 circuit right now, live from, well, all over the ANZ region. So we've had our first 2 matches. That's the upper bracket done too, except for the upper bracket semi-finals, of course. That's going to be Castile versus Waz. But we're dropping down into the losers round now. The bottom 4, effectively, of tonight's Injustice round. And it is going to be, for your first match, Thotslayer versus KetchupLlama. And a shout out to Thotslayer, who successfully trolled me hard out in Twitch chat and got himself banned. I'll unban you in just a moment, mate. That was very, very well done. Well, to take you through the rest of the match, or the setup of the match, etc., is none other than Enigma, supported by Castile. So I'll hand you right over to Enigma now.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We are going to be going into that losers bracket round. So from the rest of the games until we get to the semis and well as the grand final, if you lose, you will be eliminated. So, Castile, I was going to ask you about the losers bracket round. However, I believe you haven't been in one since Injustice dropped. Is this correct?
That is correct. I've not been in losers for this game, but I know what it feels like, for sure.
Go AFK, please.
Oh, yeah. Oh, boy. Yep, let's do that. I'm definitely not I'm a stranger to it in this game, but it's the same, principle no matter what you're playing. And it's a really stressful feeling, especially at, it's even worse at majors, but it's still it's not somewhere you ever want to be, even in an online tournament, because, winners, you lose and you're like, oh, I got a new person to verse. But when you're in losers, like every single game you lose, every health bar you lose, you're just like, oh, I'm about to be done for the fortnight.
Well, my first ever tournament, actually, you were the one who kicked me out of losers bracket. No, sorry, you put me into losers bracket. That's right. It was
Is that OHN?
Yeah, OHN. I managed to win my first ever game against Pepito because he dropped stand for teleport and I punished him teleport. And then I versed your A-list and
yeah,
it was worse than how I go against to win Injustice. That's saying a lot.
Yeah, I was. Wait, what were we going to say? Sorry.
I was going to say we were just waiting on Thotslayer, who has just joined the room. But sorry, you were saying?
Yeah, I was put into losers my very first game of my first major, which was BAM, and I was not happy. It was really stressful. You got everyone coming up to you asking what happened. It's not a good time. You want to stay out of there.
Batman.
But talking about this, KetchupLlama is a Batman player, and Thotslayer has versed me a lot. So he's definitely not a stranger to the matchup, but I think he'll regret this decision.
No, okay. So I have been playing a bit of Swamp Thing myself just for fun. He is not very good. I'm just going to say that straight out. Not a fantastic character, but he does have some very commanding normals in neutral. Forward 2, for example, it's slow, but it's like half screen. So if he can play the neutral properly, it'll be okay. But the problem is he's going to get zoned out by Batman.
Also, does not have an amazing anti-air.
No, he does not. I believe he does a reversal with back forward 3. Sorry, but going into it, we are going to have Swamp Thing versus KetchupLlama, and as I said, forward 2-2. Forward 2-3-3, but now you can see in the corner up against Batman, doesn't block the forward 3, and Castile. What's going to happen from here?
I'm thinking if. Obviously, the matchup hasn't really come into play yet because it's been Batman stuff. But if Thotslayer can get his Swamp Thing game going, I doubt ending his verse. I doubt KetchupLlama has versed a Swamp Thing often, if at all. I'd say probably never before. So yeah, we're seeing it here. He had a pretty huge, pretty decisive life lead on that first health bar, and it's gone. One touch, and it's even.
Yeah, and the thing about Swamp Thing is that, on paper, and a fantastic use of that interactable on Linen, KetchupLlama spends a bar, still has 3, however, now you can see, that is so stupid. I'm sorry.
The hit advantage on bats?
The hit advantage on bats.
No, that's fair.
It's fair.
It's fair.
Alright, goes for a wake goes for a wake up now, you can see. Once he goes for that wake up, meter burn, back 3 coming out from Thotslayer, however, does actually get caught in A because KetchupLlama goes for the mix up and is going to force the clash, but not going to get the health back. And you can see Batman is doing Batman things.
Yeah, for sure. Once Batman gets going, it can be quite hard to stop him. Although, I think it's not actually that hard to block, but because you saw how well Killbags was doing it. It was a wall. The problem is that like it's hard to do for so long. You know, you can't do it forever.
Yeah, because and as well, chip in this game, particularly with Batman, is so high as well. It's challenging and it gets to you. The more that you block, the more stress it becomes. And Thotslayer had a really fantastic first round, but wasn't even able to take the life bar wasn't even able to take much, if not any, health off that second life bar. And honestly, I was going to say, I can imagine him switching off of Swamp Thing, which upsets me greatly, to be completely honest.
His Ivy is still cool to watch though as well.
I do actually really like Ivy. However, I would like to see some Flash, particularly after the results of EVO. Spoiler alert, thank you to Halak.
Stay tuned, I might bring him out.
I'd appreciate that, but thanks to Halak for spoiling that one for me. But, you know, we had considered, you know, bottom tier character come out and come second at EVO, so really good stuff as well. Sonic Fox didn't make top 2.
Didn't make top 3.
What did he come?
Begin.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
So what I'm saying today, ladies and gentlemen, is hopefully it is going to be a day of upset. So Castiel, hope you're playing on, my friend. But now you can see top player doing what Ivy does when that trait comes out, and now going for that full zoning. And KetchupLlama, has he spent a lot of time investing Ivy? I don't actually know.
I'm not sure either. I've only spoken to him like twice. The thing with this matchup is, once Batman gets in, it's Batman City more so than most, because Ivy's down 2 is Ivy's down 2. But she zones him out very, very well, like really well. She can also air-to-air his jump 2 quite easily as well. Because yeah, her jumping 2 is a really, really good air-to-air.
Because is that the multi-hitting one?
Yeah, breaks armor as well. But this is going to take it. I'm mistaken. So I think KetchupLlama made a mistake there, calling out his bat when he was pretty much guaranteed to die at that point.
So in that situation, he should have held the bat, so he had another one for next round.
Yeah, for sure. He could have one now.
Now you can see Thotslayer playing that full screen game, a massive life lead, and it goes for the bark skin as well. I like that. Takes no chip as well, significantly less damage. You can see this combo will probably just scratch. Yeah, I was going to say not even 400 because of that bark skin. Went for the EX interactable, gets the full confirm with the back 2, but drops the ender, however. Now you can see back 2 down 2 into the stance, and I like this. Goes for it.
The other really annoying thing about playing Batman in this matchup is your ender, back 2-3, just rolls you back 3/4 screen, so you got to start again.
Yeah, so I was going to say, in this situation, would you then just do back 2 and then give up the damage, or?
Yeah, like you can use forward 2-3 to headbutt into the knees, but it's harder to link, especially on female characters. But Thotslayer taking this one incredibly convincingly, like, well, about to. There, no, hang on.
Here we go, Batman in for pressure now. Batman doing Batman things, does execute interactable, gets a trade, and Thotslayer with a fantastic use of that character switch, tying it up 1-1. And I will say, he has one of the nicest looking IVs that I have seen so far. I like the red.
So, KetchupLlama 100% won't be switching. He's just an all Batman player. So, but I do think this matchup, I actually think Batman wins this matchup. He just needs to not get zoned out, which is, of course, easier said than done, but that's what you need to do to win it.
Definitely. And as well, and that's the thing, I think, with Batman, is that even though he is such an approach character, I mean, I'm sure you understand, his neutral buttons, like, aren't that amazing. Like, what is his?
Definitely not. Trade is his neutral for sure.
Yeah, I was going to say trade is definitely his neutral, and you know, as you've stated before in interviews, that if people start push blocking Batman's trait when he gets in, you push him, you know, you push him out, he loses his trait, and then if you're playing a zoner, he struggles to get in without jump 2 or trait. So. Again, lots of options against the characters. People aren't utilizing them, but now you can see goes for the dive kick. I rarely see that, but now you can see Batman neutral coming out into trade, managing to get the full confirm as well, drops the ender, however, probably wanted to spend bar, doesn't block the overhead. Now you can see Ivy in a little bit of trouble, caught in the corner, but a wake up, EX command grab, not totally sure how that one worked, probably hit him just in the landing frames. Now you can see goes for the full combo, pushes him, and actually goes for the safe trait setup. I like that decision into the low balls.
You'll see there, Batman got air-to-air clean by that jump into when they both did it at the same time. KetchupLlama uses that glide a lot as well, which I don't think I've ever used it in a real game.
I was gonna say, I think the only time I've ever used it with the small amount of Batman that I've played is on accident.
Yeah, exactly.
That is actually something as well that I like that Llama's kind of picked up. He's actually using his trait. He probably should do a little bit earlier, but to actually negate the Ivy trait, because if Ivy gets hit or a trade, she's actually going to lose that trait, but does actually tie the round out once again with a very decisive life lead.
Yeah, so Thotslayer has to be this match in particular. Ending, why I keep saying ending because I just associate him with Thotslayer. But KetchupLlama, oh, he's in now. So Ivy's defense tools are not the best, and Batman's offensive tools are some of the best. So regardless of the health lead, just like that, like KetchupLlama's almost closed it. One touch and it'll be even. The only problem is the meter difference.
Yeah, but as we know, Batman does still get a lot of damage for meterless. Now you can see in the full combo, goes for the safe trait setup. Good delayed wake up coming out from Thotslayer, tries to jump back, but I won't able to get it. No punish on the whiffed command grab, just a back two, no confirm, however. Now, just like you were saying, that air to air is just so good.
Air again by that jumping too. So even if he one more touch and he'll be in the lead, but Thotslayer does still have the clash in a not so big meter advantage anymore because he just spent it on a 2-bar combo. This is a really annoying spot to be against Ivy, as any character, except maybe Deadshot. Because you just have to take it. You can't advance, you can't jump, you just gotta sit there and take that drill, dinosaur, drill, dinosaur, just over and over again.
I believe and I was gonna say, if they time it perfectly as well, it's incredibly difficult to do anything, you just have to hold it. And now you can see Thotslayer, you know, as you were saying though, he played that matchup really well. He spent the 2 bars, even though it was very not optimal damage, he pushed Batman full screen.
Yeah, for sure.
And you know, he had enough bar to spare there. He still had the clash, and he still had enough to clash. But just that usage, I really like Thotslayer's awareness here. And as we see, we're going back into it. Same characters. Hopefully, they don't pick the Joker stage because that stage is silly.
Oh, I was so annoyed when I got that stage versus Gilbags, but luckily, no interactable shenanigans went on.
That stage. Yeah, it's like
there are a few. Red Sun Prison is just as bad, honestly.
The second part of Kandak as well can be really difficult if you've got setups with it.
Yeah, that can be. There are so many interactables in this game that they need to be looked at.
Still not as bad as Injustice 1 though, but now I like that kind of decision. Thotslayer actually decided to start off with going in against Batman because it's not really what it expected. Uses the glide and actually able to whiff punish with it, but doesn't have enough bar to actually get the combo.
Batman is he's not in lack of meterless damage either. Unfortunately he didn't recognize his lack of meter, but this is going to be a corner combo, I think, into the down chip. Whoa, what is this?
Trying to go for something optimal, maybe?
That's definitely not optimal. Mark my words. But hey, if he gets the damage, whatever. See, this is where just don't contest it, just hold it. It sucks and it's annoying, it's frustrating. You just sit there and block, work your way in, and you're more likely to do a lot more damage once you are finally in.
Yeah, definitely. But now you can see, you know, it does a lot of chip, but, you know, it's better than being tagged with something else. But does decide to spend the bar, gets the back 3 now. Goes in for the full combo. Goes to the hard knockdown as well. Very Catwoman-esque, and actually gets the confirm. This is the one thing about the dinosaur, however, is that when it's out in your combo, it can actually completely destroy your combos. Because it can make them drop.
I think it's definitely a worth payoff though for like how advantaged you are when it is out.
And what I really like is how Thotslayer is using that air to air. We'll try to go for a cheeky mix up there. Decides to spend the bar on that stance. That stance is actually very good as well. Into the bark skin now. What's going to happen? Jump in and is just going to get tagged with a Batman cross up.
So I think KetchupLlama is actually in the better spot at the moment. He's got the corner advantage. He's about to be close, if not have a life lead. And the meter's the same. So, he's running away with it now. Thotslayer gets hit by the meaty jumping. I'm not sure what he tried.
Possibly a wake up down 2, but it's Ivy's down 2. But I do like that clash from Thotslayer. You know, the thing that a lot of people don't do is they don't clash for screen space. And I really like that decision. Delayed his drill a little bit there, caught him on the way of the meter bend. Once again, goes to the command grab, jumps over, whiff punish with the back two as well, jumps into the combo because he was airborne, decides to spend the bar on that slide and actually tags it as well.
That was... I disagree with that. He could have just killed right then and there if he still had that bar to combo with. But it's not going to matter. He's going to get on the board, makes it 2-1, but...
2-2.
Batman wins.
No.
2-2 because he played...
Oh, the Swamp Thing!
The Swamp
I'm
Thing.
sorry, yes, I'm silly. Yeah, going to tie it up 2-2, so this is going to a game 5. I forgot. Swamp Thing's so bad, I forget he exists.
Well, who would you say the worst character in the game is, Castio?
Either... I'm looking at them now. I think either Swamp Thing or
Poison Ivy.
Supergirl.
Yeah.
Maybe Brainiac. Maybe. But I've been hearing some things about Brainiac. I'm not completely convinced on that one.
Perfect Legends Brainiac apparently is something to definitely watch.
Yeah. There's a like. Cyborg isn't great as a character overall, but he has niche matchups where he's good. Like apparently, Illusions and Theo thinks he beats Aquaman, which gives him like that's definitely a character worth learning if you are having trouble with Aquaman. So, I don't think he's in the discussion, but yeah, Supergirl, if you know the matchup, is rubbish. Swamp Thing
approaching Arkham Asylum
is rubbish, and I can't really think of any other characters that I can like compare to and say, oh yeah, they're worse than them two.
I feel like Captain Cold's not very good either.
Oh, I forgot about him. No, he's bad as well. Yeah.
I feel like he's probably very much bottom tier, but overall the game is pretty balanced.
Yeah,
there are a couple of dumb things. Don't get me wrong, but compared to another NRS fighting game, which you're not a fan of.
No, yeah, for sure. And for a day one version as well, it's pretty much day one. There was a huge
there was a
change.
bug fix.
They gave Scarecrow wake up. But yeah, so we'll see if KetchupLlama can just repeat what he did last game, because if he does take this one, he will move on and verse the winner of Framework, FGC, and Ghost, please. Yeah.
But here we go now.
Gonna get corner from this. Yeah, there we go. There's the KetchupLlama combos. The 2 bars for 464. Oh, they actually crossed up, but he didn't put him back in the corner, which I think was a mistake. Should have done the side switch grapple again, because this matchup is all about killing her once you're in. And he put himself in an unfavorable position by putting it away.
Yeah, but here we go now. Does actually drop the ender, so didn't get the hard knockdown. Oh, goes for a raw drill. I'm not sure if I agree with that back two.
Gets tagged by the back 2-3, and that's going to make him lose the round by chip. That was unfortunate.
Don't waste my time.
Yeah, so really good stuff. But again, the thing is, the screen space at the moment for Ivy is really good. Now I don't think this is, no, it does. Wow, I didn't realize it did that much chip.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous.
I think it's like, I swear the chip is almost as much as the Supergirl B&B.
Probably.
So it does just send the trade dash in, but that input error is so bad.
Is that when you go from a down back to stand one?
Pamela, you
when you
need
go
help.
from a down back to back one, because it's a 9-frame low, so you want to use it to press frame advantage a lot from pokes or something, but you go to it and you get up grapple, and they don't even need to be looking for the input error. Its recovery is so bad. They can just see it and then punch it accordingly. But does they get rid of the trade? That was good.
What I liked as well was he was using the flight a little bit there, and a little bit of an input error coming out from Thotslayer as well. It does still have the health advantage, and KetchupLlama doesn't have his clash anymore, but gets tagged with the meaty jump too, and that's going to do a lot of damage.
That was game changing right there. It wasn't even a meaty. He was sitting crouching for like a solid second and a half before Thotslayer landed, but that's going to close it out. That was he put up like it wasn't a wash.
No,
definitely not. It just needs to be a bit more patient and deal with the zoning better. I think.
Yeah, and just one small error there just led Ivy into being able to do it. And that's Ivy's one of those characters where if you have sub 10% health in your full screen, it's very challenging to do anything about. But really good stuff. Thotslayer is going to move on. And Thotslayer actually versus Pretty Boy Nikki.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, that'll be interesting.
Yeah, so don't go anywhere, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to come back in about 2 minutes. Ghost Police vs Framework FGC, continuing through losers round 5. We'll go into more of the losers. Thank you so much for joining us. Don't go anywhere.